It's live.
Okay.
Gawa ka ng thumbnail?
Yeah.
Are we going to do the speaker?
Aba. Ate, yung pagkain mo din dali. Hindi makikita.
Hindi pa tapos.
I'm preparing my egg salad here.
It's so far.
I'm going to use in this egg salad, I'm going to use a little cream cheese in my egg salad.
That is 10 eggs. I think 9.
And I'm using some of this good meat juice here.
This is his crock pot meat.
It's got a nice fatty layer on the top.
Your fat has been dissolved everywhere
I love it.
because it's been cooking since yesterday.
So I used to cook meat like this in the United States quite a bit. I would really cook it up good. So that has the cream cheese and the meat juice in this egg salad. We're not using mayonnaise. Here in the Philippines, it's best if you make your own mayonnaise, as the mayonnaise that is made with the olive oil is very difficult to get here in the Philippines. In the United States, you can get mayonnaise made with olive oil, and I suggest that everybody be very
still hot.
Be very careful of the foods that you're eating that are processed, like the. So today we've got the saba. So this is what we call a dirty keto. The protein is going to be these ribs with a nice fat on them. And are you going to be eating with me, Baby Co?
Maybe.
Okay. So we're going to be eating these ribs, the saba, and then this egg salad here. And I'm going to be eating some chicharron with this, so I'll go grab a couple of chicharron. And then I'll be mixing up this cream cheese with a little sucralose here, or stevia. So I'll be mixing that up with some stevia for the sweet. Okay. Let's get this on, and so it's blinking.
My God, my phone is slow, but
I think we can start in percent.
it's okay.
Okay.
I need
So we'll do this without the microphone today. That's okay. My goal is to get people eating a healthy diet, and I found that
still they cannot hear you. Okay, now they hear you.
okay. So our goal, Jen and my goal, is to get people eating a healthy diet, living a healthy lifestyle. That's why we're filming ourselves to hopefully inspire you. Jen is a model, an inspiration to all. She teaches yoga and Zumba and meditation, and she does this for all ages, all peoples. We are egalitarian. We don't believe that anybody should be left out. We want to include the entire world.
Have you smelled this? It's different smell.
Let's smell. Oh, I like it. Kind of a, what is that?
Coconut milk.
Coconut milk. Wow. I like that. That is a nice, wow. And then we got
put more extra fats.
extra fats. So, OMAD, how do you do it? How do you intermittent fast and eat one meal a day? Well, intermittent fasting should be your first goal. That means fit all of your food within an 8-hour window. Accomplish that task first. So the first task you want to accomplish when you're eating a very healthy diet is to, number one, eat a healthy diet. So, how do you do that? Cut out the junk food, get rid of it. Cut out the enriched carbohydrates, cut them out. Cut out the processed foods, cut out the fast food, eat whole foods. That's it. Intermittent fasting, which is eating all your food within about an 8-hour window. So, if you can do that, you're going to develop insulin sensitivity. If you eat too many carbs and you eat too many times a day and you're not eating within that 8-hour window, you're slowly going to be creating insulin resistance. It's insidious. People don't even realize they're doing it. And that's why you're getting the children now who are having more health problems than adults. And they're saying that, hey, children are not going to be living as long as their parents. And that's sad, because not only does it cut down on your lifespan, it cuts down on your health span. So you've got a lot of children nowadays, in the modern times, worldwide, that when they're eating these high carbohydrate diets, which is not okay, it's creating insulin resistance, it's creating the metabolic syndrome, it's creating high triglycerides in your blood, it's leading to high blood pressure, it leads to poor brain health. And when this occurs, you're really destroying your health span. So you might live to be, in your late 50s, early 60s, and be doing okay. I mean, your health is probably not going to be, you're not going to be a fit individual if you're eating junk food. You just can't be. If you're not exercising and you're not eating healthy, you're not going to be fit. That's just life. If you want to be a healthy, fit individual, you have to do some intermittent fasting. You don't have a choice. And you have to eat healthy whole foods. Is it expensive? No. What would you say this meal costs, Baby Co?
500 something.
Maybe 500 pesos.
More or less.
More or less. So that's $10 for the two of us. And this is enough food. I only need to eat once a day. When I eat like this, and I'm not going to eat all this, Jen's going to help me. And I've got these chicharron here too. In order to eat like this, in order to intermittent fast, your food must be satisfying. You must love to do what you do. How do you love doing this? Well, first get good at knowing what foods you can eat. Of course, you can eat meat and fat. There was a lie told to people that you need lots of fiber in your diet. This is a lie perpetrated by the food corporations to get you to eat their products. There was a lie perpetrated by the food corporations that tells you that it's okay to eat these carbohydrates, these refined foods. That's a lie. It was a lie told by the food industry that cholesterol is ruining your health and specifically your heart health and leading to cancer. It's a lie that red meat is horrible for your diet. Those are lies. Don't believe me. I'm just passing along what the food experts say. And I can tell you that when I changed my life, my cholesterol levels, which have always been pretty high, have remained the same. By the way, my HDLs are high, my LDLs are pretty low to moderate, and my triglycerides are usually 100 or below. And so measuring triglycerides is more important. Your cholesterol, it's not important. It's just not that important of a marker. What you really want to do is say, does red meat really cause cancer? No, it doesn't. Now, I imagine if you eat too much, it could. But I mean, moderation, it's easy to moderate the amount of meat you eat. And if you don't want to eat red meat, eat fish. You need protein. If you're going to build good muscle, if you're going to have good brain health, you need to eat proteins in the form of meats or some kind of a protein-rich food like eggs. Eat long eggs This is a nice egg salad here. Let's taste this. Wow. Much better than the mayonnaise log. So, and isaba. This is called a dirty keto because these are our carbs. And so we eat carbs in the form of salads, and usually it's low oxalate vegetables. The low oxalate vegetables, read Georgia Ede, the Change Your Diet, Change Your Mind. Please read her book. Follow the experts on the YouTube channel. There's lots of them out there. It's not all fake news. This is how you will learn to educate yourself as to the foods that you need to eat to stay healthy. Yes, there are foods that you need to eat to stay healthy, and there's foods that you need to avoid to stay healthy. Too much sugar is proven. Watch Dr. Pradip Jamnadas. He's, I believe, from India. He's a cardiac surgeon, and he's going to tell you, hey, sugar's killing you. Sugar is killing you, especially too much sugar. You don't need refined sugar. People do not need to eat refined sugar. There's really three basic macronutrients that people consume. They are proteins, fats, and carbohydrates. So what do you want to do? You want to get, hopefully, you want to get these proteins that are, pretty much free range pigs, free range chickens, free range cattle, eat grass-fed cattle, pigs eating the natural foods, and then, pigs here in the Philippines, the pigs that are really healthy, they're feeding them a lot of vegetables. It's amazing. Pigs are magical creatures. Why? Because they take vegetables and turn them into bacon. And pigs can eat vegetables their entire life and be super duper healthy. Pigs that eat eggs are super duper healthy. You can feed these eggs to pigs, you can feed these vegetables to pigs, and you're going to end up with a nice pig, really healthy pig. And you can let them run free range, and they're just going to eat the natural things out there. That's what pigs do. They're like rooting for tubers and things like this. And it's a natural way for them to turn the soil. So let's try one of these sabah with this egg salad. Wow. I might not even need that chicharron. That is delicious. If you don't love what you're doing, you're not going to do it. It's as simple as that. I started my lifestyle change on my birthday, January the 29th. Same birthday as Oprah, born 1954. Yes, Oprah, we're exactly the same age. Yes, I can help you, Oprah. If you watch my channel, I can teach you what I'm doing here, right on the YouTube channel. You don't even need to hire me again, but it would accelerate the process if you want to, because let's face it, Oprah, like me, you're 70 plus years old. So if you eat healthy and you eat healthy proteins, so you want healthy proteins that are farm, not you don't want chickens in a little cage. You don't want them fed this chicken pellets. You want them out there pecking and eating the bugs and eating the grubs and running around free. And you'll know because the egg yolks have nice orange egg yolks, or they're really dark yellow. You get those egg yolks from the store, you can tell they're not really good egg yolks because these egg yolks they're a light colored yellow. And so then oh wow, I'm getting chicken eggs that came from, and it's a horrible life for those chickens. We can change the world one step at a time. Baby steps, baby steps. first we start with you. Let's get you eating healthy. Yeah, everybody's not going to be able to get these free range chicken eggs. That's okay. Everybody's not going to be able to get the grass fed animals or the free range animals. So what? Just start getting healthy first, and then we can worry about that later. Let's get you healthy. What does that mean? It means you're going to have to eat healthy, eat whole foods, and yeah, there's a lot of good carbs out there that you can eat. Just moderate them. Don't go excessive. Meats, moderate them. If you don't like eating red meat, go fish. If you're a vegetarian, eat eggs. Ovo-lacto. You're not killing any animals. You got to get the protein because you're not going to get enough protein from plant sources. Now, you're going to have people out there who lie to you. They're going to be lying. They do this. These pharmaceutical companies, they're making money off selling you on the idea that your cholesterol is high. They're making money off you off telling these psychiatrists that you're depressed, that you have anxiety. Oh, you got to fix that by taking our medications. So any mental health problems, the only mental health problems that you really need to treat are severe mental health problems where the patient's behaviors are really detrimental to their health. Because if their behaviors are not detrimental to their health, there's no need to give them a drug, right? So even if they have an organic brain problem, unless they have some kind of a sickness that they need a drug for, and there's some of those people out there, but by far the majority of peoples on this planet, you don't need drugs. Only make depression, anxiety worse. They do not solve the problem. Listen to this. I was a registered pharmacist for 31 plus years. I've seen it. People do not get cured from drugs. Drugs are not a cure. They do not heal you. It's like a Band-Aid, and it's a poor one at that. So if you want to really live a healthy lifestyle, start eating healthy, getting good gut health, good bacteria in your gut. You've got as many bacteria in your gut as human cells in your body. Yes, you've got about 35 trillion human cells in your body, and every one of those cells runs on mitochondria. The mitochondria is like the little engine that's creating the energy. So what do the mitochondria need? The mitochondria need good, healthy proteins and fats. The mitochondria need oxygen. You need a good food source, the proteins and the fats, not sugar. Your body makes your own sugar. It makes its own sugar through a process called gluconeogenesis. Look it up. You can live a entirely healthy life by just eating eggs. You wouldn't need anything more. All the vitamins you need are in eggs. Yeah, you're going to have to add some salts to your diet, but I don't care what kind of a diet you eat. Even if you eat a junk food diet, you still need salts in your diet. That's just the way it goes. That's part of it. It's a micronutrient. It's not a macronutrient. There are essential micronutrients. Can you get healthy micronutrients from fruits and vegetables? Sure, you can. And can you get healthy micronutrients from proteins and fats? Yes, you can. And really, to get your really good fat soluble nutrients, you're going to need some kind of a fatty product like an egg yolk. Got it. So
now wash your hands.
okay. So eating the sabah, the meat, the carbs, the healthy meats and fats, the healthy proteins and fats in the eggs, and the fat juice. This is what's really going to help you out for the energy that you need to be, because you're going to have to create energy. Your mitochondria creates energy. It builds cell walls. It builds the neural connections in your brain, and you need proteins and fats to build those good neural connections. Now, that being said, watch out for the seed oils and watch out for the vegetable oils. They are bad fats. And you can see this on the YouTube. Please watch these people on the YouTube, the carnivore guys, the keto guys. The intermittent fasters, they're going to tell you what to eat. Don't listen to me. I'm just a guy who does it. And I'm going to do this every day for as long as I live. And hopefully I can inspire you. And hopefully Jen can inspire you. And please, I hope you're inspired by us. If you don't want to use us as your coaches, find a coach out there. You can't do this on your, it's too hard to figure out. People who tell you that education is a bad thing, I can tell you that education isn't a guarantee to good health, but it's almost a virtual guarantee. Ignorance is a virtual guarantee to poor health. You can't figure this shit out on your own. You're going to need a coach. You're going to need a mentor. You're going to need some kind of an institution that you can go to and learn the correct things to do. We're just telling you, this is what we do, and it works. I know. I lost, over 100 pounds, you know. I lost over 150 pounds. I lost over 150 pounds. Let that sink in. I used to weigh 306 pounds. I now weigh 145 pounds. Yeah, and I did this 15 years ago. And I've maintained eating just like this. I eat like a king every day. How is it that I can intermittent fast? Because look at that. When I eat this food like this, it lasts all day. If you're going to be a happy person, you got to be satisfied. You got to eat a meal that's satisfying. Yeah, I love this stuff. I'm more than satisfied. I'm beyond satisfied. You got to be grateful. Wow, am I grateful to have a good chef? Wow, who can cook a meal up like this for me every day, and who sees the light and can do the same thing that I do. Really grateful for that. You got to think well of yourself. You got to get rid of that negative self-talk. You got to get rid of that fixed mindset that says, can't be done, I can't do it, so nobody else can do it, it won't work, I'm a horrible person, I have no value, I need to manipulate other people in order to get money. It's like, no, that's not a good mindset. You want to get rid of the negative self-talk? Recognize your ego. If you can recognize your ego, you can subordinate the ego. You can subordinate it to your authentic self. And your authentic self says, hey, I need to eat healthy. That's all there is to it. If you don't, you're going to be sabotaging your health. So you got to eat healthy. And I'm easy OMAD. Why? Because I love what I do. And this food lasts all day. Even now, I haven't eaten for at least 24 hours because I ate yesterday, I think, at 2:30, 3 o'clock. So here it is, 2:45, and I'm not even hungry. You know, the food is mouth-watering and delicious, and yeah, I'm going to dig in here pretty soon and eat. And after I'm done, I will have energy that will last me another 24 hours. And the nice thing is tomorrow I'm going to be eating a meal very similar to this. And the next day I'm going to be eating a meal very similar to this. I eat like this every day. That's how I do it. You can eat twice a day. Jen eats usually twice a day. She eats all of her food in about a 4 to 6 hour window. Does she eat some dirty carbs? Sure she does. It's not the end of the world. The end of the world is when you start eating really, when you've written yourself off, you start sabotaging yourself with junk food. That's killing you. With these vegetable oils that are cheap. Oh, I can't afford the coconut oil. Here in the Philippines, coconut oil is cheaper than vegetable oil. Well, maybe not. I don't know. It's cheap, you know. I think we pay 100 pesos for a big bottle of oil. That's $1, you know, or $2. About $2 for a big bottle of oil, and you can get it in bulk and you know pay like $20, but then you get 10 times the amount of coconut oil. So Costco type thing. I love Costco. So yeah, eat healthy, and the other thing is you got to exercise. Why? So because your mitochondria works on oxygen and the food you take in. So let's get the food fixed, right? Let's get that fixed first, and let's start a light exercise program to where you can develop a routine exercise that you love to do. It can be dancing, swimming, any kind of an aerobic or HIIT type workout where you're getting your body moving for a period of time and getting the O2, the oxygen, in throughout your system. Yoga helps, the stretching helps, gets the oxygen going and the fats moving in your body. It helps get things moving and the ligaments stretch. So find something, find an exercise that you really love to do that you can make a habit out of. It's like excellence is not an act. Excellence, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence is not an act. It is a habit. This was said by Aristotle, 2,000 some years, 2,300 years ago, whenever Aristotle was alive, which I know was about 2,300 years ago because Aristotle was the instructor for Alexander the Great. And believe me, that is the truth. It's like we are what we repeatedly do. I go swimming every day. I go walking every day. My life changed back on, when I was 52 years old. I was already 52 years old before I did this lifestyle change. Is a lifestyle change easy? No, not at first. You got to give up doing all those pleasurable things that you love to do. And believe me, it's pleasure. It's not happiness. If you're miserable, you've been pursuing pleasures, and pleasures don't make you happy. Pleasures are external. Happiness comes from within. Happiness is knowing you did your exercises every day. That brings you happiness. Happiness is knowing that you acquired some knowledge and you learned something every day. That's happiness. Happiness is eating a healthy meal and knowing that you did your best and that you sacrificed those pleasures, you delayed gratification to get better health. That's happiness. And that creates a good psychology because happy people just do better work. If you wanna live a long, healthy, happy life, you got to do something like this. You don't really have a choice. Sorry, that's the way it goes. So on that note, let's dig in. You can do this. I did it. Jen did it. Is it easy? It's not easy if you don't have a coach. When you get good at it, you can inspire your friends and family. Because change will occur. Look at that. Beautiful. Wow. That coconut really gives it a nice flavor. Kind of a sweet flavor. It's like, that is amazing.
Show them how tender it is.
Check how tender this is. Fall off the bone tender. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? Wow. Better ribs you'll never have. Another thing about delaying gratification and eating once or twice a day, every time you eat, it's like, wow, this is the best food I've ever had. I know that when my dad had cancer and he went through chemotherapy, and I've seen this with a lot of cancer patients, they lose their appetite, and that's not a good thing. Then what a lot of these doctors do, they feed them sugary food so that they get their appetite back because they're just not having pleasure from food. And the one thing that all cancer doctor know, all doctors know this pretty much, anyone worth their salt knows that cancer doesn't really live off protein, it lives off sugar. You want to kill cancer? Stop eating sugar. Stop inflaming your brain. Sugars inflame the brain. Excuse me. Wow. Another thing all you folks out there need to know, fat does not make you fat. Any excess fat you eat is going to get flushed right out of your system. Meat can make you fat if you eat too much. So realistically, how much meat do you need every day? I eat a lot because I burn a lot of calories. I'm burning, 3,000 plus calories every day. Sometimes 3,500, sometimes 4,000. I know a lot of you people out there are big on the calories, but how much meat do you need every day? About a fist size full. That's it.
So that is a 4-piece size full.
Yeah, but again, I burn a lot of calories, baby, and I like the meat. For me, this is candy.
And how about the banana? What is that for you? Cake?
It's kind of like an unnecessary thing, but it sort of satisfies me. A little bit of carbs in my diet, a little bit of salad. Some of these, there's fruits that are really unhealthy. You know what they are, they're high in sugars. This fried sabah like this,
Not even ripe yet.
it's not ripe. So it's very fibrous, it's more like a vegetable. It's almost like an insoluble fiber. Does it have some sugars in it? Not a lot because it's not ripe. That's how I eat my papayas too. When Jen cooks up a soup, she cooks me the soup with papaya in it. Usually some papaya, beans, onions, cabbage, green beans, not those red starchy beans. So she makes me a nice vegetable chicken soup or beef soup, and she puts these bananas in there too, a little bit, unripe. They just make a nice fiber. You don't need fiber, but it's very filling. And everybody needs to pay attention to their own body. And for me, I can tell you that I've always been the kind of person I'm not satisfied unless my belly is full. It's the same thing with the sabah. Am I satisfied after eating a big meal without sabah? Yes. You got to find out what works for you. So if you're not satisfied without eating a little bit of, a fruit or something like that, a healthy fruit at the end of a meal, and by all means eat it. Don't suffer. Suffering really, when you look at Buddhism, where the Buddha discovered suffering, what is suffering? Well, suffering is really resistance to discomfort. Resisting or craving. You don't want to give in to your cravings if they're not healthy for you. If a craving is bad for your health, it's an addiction. People mess up addiction all the time. They say, "Oh, I'm addicted to exercise." Only if it's bad for your health. If you're over exercising, and you can over exercise, and then it's bad for your health. And would be considered addiction. If you're having fun exercising 1, 2, 3 hours a day and you enjoy it, it's not an addiction. A true addiction is something that's classified as something that's harmful to you or other people. So can a person be addicted to, say, a toxic behavior? You bet they can. Anger can be addicting. Why? Because you get powerful. So whenever your heart starts beating fast and the blood rushes to your muscles, and you get out of that, you get into that fight or flight mode, that's power. And you can become addicted to that. And it can be very detrimental to other people around you, your toxic behaviors that are created from that anger, and it can be detrimental to your health. That's addiction to basically anger or toxic or dysregulated emotion. Can you become addicted to a victim type mentality where you're in survival mode all the time? You bet you can. You overcome those, you've got basically 4 emotions: bad, glad, sad, and mad. You don't want to have bad, sad, and mad emotions. That's dysregulated emotions. That's where, Stoicism comes in. That's where Buddhism comes in. That's where cognitive behavioral therapy comes in. That's where dialectical behavior therapy comes in. These therapeutic modalities will help you to address those dysregulated emotions. Yes, anger. There's justified anger. Don't get me wrong. But there's unjustified anger, which is usually the case. Some people are just angry all the time. You know who they are. Some people are sad all the time. Some people are mad all the time. Anybody who identifies with a political ideology, identity politics, or identifies with a religion, they're often either mad, sad, or bad people. Yeah, bad people, I don't mean they're bad people, but their behaviors are bad. Wow, just like candy, baby. I don't know what I'd do without her. She's priceless. What's nice is I kind of was able to save her because she was in a horrible place when I met her. And I didn't even know it because she looked so happy. But she had a traumatic background. Trauma usually occurs usually at the family level for CPTSD when your authentic feelings are invalidated by family members. invalidated, or crushed. My mother would always tell my brother and my sister are not healthy like I am. My sister's a medical physician. And my brother, he's got a degree in chemistry. He got a degree in he's got a master's degree in writing, and he's got a teaching degree. And then he became certified, I think, with the Boeing Corporation as an engineer. And he became president of the engineering union for a very brief period of time because my brother is highly emotionally dysregulated. And it had to do with our upbringing, which my mother is would be classified probably as a covert narcissist because she has all the traits of a covert narcissist. And she was abusing us in a way. No, people would say, "Oh no, she wasn't abusing you," but yeah, we were emotionally abused. We were told, "Oh, you shouldn't be sad. You shouldn't be angry. Um, sticks and stones will hurt your bones, but names will never hurt you." We had a lot of emotional abuse every day while we were growing up. Needless to say, we all left the home basically 18, 19 years old. But my mother's influence went a long way for me up to the age of 55. So yeah, you get this trauma. That trauma is organic. It goes deep into your soma, your body. Read Bessel Vanderkirk, The Body Keeps the Score. He's a psychologist, and he pretty much figured out that the body keeps the score. And if you've been in an abusive relationship, especially growing up, you probably got trauma, and you're in denial. A narcissist or somebody who has a category B personality disorder, and that's a lot of the people who are in charge and have the money. You become codependent on them, and they manipulate you to their own advantage. So corporations do the same thing. If you're out there working for a big corporation, this corporation's taking advantage of you. I mean, they're making 10 times the amount of money that all of their employees are making. They're using their employees to their advantage. And do they give a shit about their employees? A lot of them don't give a shit about you at all. If you complain, you're out. Your authenticity is crushed. A lot of cult religions are like that. If you don't obey their rules or their dogma, you are out. A lot of families maintain control over their children, like my mother did, by invalidating your feelings, by getting you to do things that you normally would not do. Now, that being said, a covert narcissist will often get you to do things that are actually in your best interest, even though you don't want to do them. So you got to ask yourself, is this behavior good? And is it a conscientious action, or is it bad? Should I be running people down and thinking myself better than other people? No. We're all human. We all have basic human needs. And one of the things you need to do is eat healthy. Mm. This is so good. I'm eating more mindfully now than I used to. When I was a kid, I have an identical twin brother. And my father would pit us against each other. It was always comparison. My mother was into comparison and competition, and so was my father. He thought, wow, I'm going to create two tough little kids. And he kind of did, even though I'm a wimp. But it made me a little bit athletic, which I'm grateful for. So here I'm 70 years old. I'm still able to swim and play basketball and bike ride with the best of them. Yes, I would put a lot of young men to shame, and I do. I've had quite an eclectic background in games and sports. Wrestling, martial arts, boxing, basketball, football, baseball, bike riding, swim team. Never really was a runner, but I'm developing as a runner now. I've been doing that here for the past 15 years, running a little bit every day. Did you know that most of the people out there over the age of 35, 90% of them stop running after the age of 35? I still listen to a lot of athletes who go to the gym and work out. They don't like to run. Here's how you overcome that. If you get good at something, you'll love doing it. If you get good at eating like this, you'll love doing it. You can become a nutritional coach. The YouTube. We've been doing it now for 3 years. We're actually pretty good at it. We weren't when we started. Wait till we get some better camera equipment. Exercising is not easy for a lot of people here in the Philippines because they can't afford a gym. They can't afford to go to the swimming pool. They can't afford to go to the tennis court. You'll see the young kids who are doing well here in the Philippines. It's because their parents are rich. Most of the kids here run around in flip-flops. They don't have good running shoes. Most of the kids here, by far, the majority of them, have no dental care. Most of them have very piss poor health care. One of the complaints I hear of expats that come to the Philippines, the infrastructure and the garbage. It's not the fault of people, and I hear this from a lot of expats. They say, oh, they're just lazy. They're not lazy. They've never been given the opportunity. And if they were given the opportunity, a lot of times they were in such a horrible environment they couldn't take advantage of it. That's one of the goals of Jen and myself, is to help give every child on this planet the opportunity to be raised in a safe environment without judgment, where they have the opportunity to perform, where they have the opportunity to eat healthy, where they're taught how to eat healthy, where they've got mentors and trainers who encourage them. No comparison, no competition. The only person you should be competing against is your previous self. I've got an identical twin brother, and my parents forced us to compete all the time. How do you think you feel when you lose the competition? Do you feel like exercising? Do you feel like studying? Not when you're always losing. In the academic systems around the world, 90% of the people end up losers. 10% winners, 90% losers. That's why 80% of the world lives on less than $16 a day. Here in the Philippines, 82% of the people live on less than $10 a day. Wow. Okay, guys, I'm going to wrap this up pretty soon because I'm getting full. Hopefully, I've inspired some of you. Please watch this channel. Every dime that we make, and it's only going to, hopefully, it's just off AdSense. I don't really want anybody here sending us money. Every dime is going to support Jen. Jen and I will create a foundation, a platform, Disciples of Tao, which is going to be a nonprofit NGO, non-government organization, where every penny of that money goes back into supporting the organization and the foundation. It'll be used to hire teachers. It'll be used to hire people for maintenance work. It'll be used to hire farmers for biochar farming. It'll be used to buy land, build institutions. Every penny. And we're not going to take a penny from it. Our money is going to come from these YouTube videos and AdSense. And when we get enough money, we'll do it. We'll go out there and buy our own land and make our own profitable business. Right now, we're just using the YouTube so we can accumulate enough money to where we can start getting our own business going, and then creating this Disciple of Tao Foundation where everybody in the world can come and get exercise, training, and get we call it NST, NSTT. Jen calls it NSTT. It's Neuro-Somatic Training and Therapy. It's different than neuro-linguistic programming and neuro-linguistic training because this involves using your body to change your health, and the health specifically of your nervous system. If you eat healthy, you'll have a healthy nervous system. If you exercise and get enough oxygen in your body, your brain works better. If you have a healthy brain, it's easier to acquire knowledge. Neurosomatic training, neurosomatic therapy. Yep, therapy is something that is healing and ongoing for the rest of your life. You don't have a choice if you want to live a good life. There are those out there who go, well, what is well-being? It's living a good, healthy life. It's having good relationships. Besides your health, relationships are the most important thing in your life. Don't sabotage your relationships. you're going to see a lot of these people out there with bad personality disorders and manipulative personalities. They sabotage their relationships for money and power and wealth and fame, and they think it's building up their self-esteem. It doesn't. It lowers your self-esteem. If you don't have a conscience, you got low self-esteem. Wow, this is just amazing. That coconut flavor, wow. I'm not going to eat that last piece. I'll save that for my daughter, Sheila May. Or Jen. They love it. Okay. Wow. I thought I was going to eat this chicharron, but I didn't even need it. Chicharron is pork rinds. Gotta tell you, I've never voted Republican, and I couldn't believe it when people elected George W. Bush. But you know what? I ended up liking that guy. I didn't like his policies. I didn't like the fact that he got us into a war. Well, him and Congress. I didn't like that, but you know, it is what it is. But what I did like about George W. Bush is everybody said, oh, he's going to die early. He's eating pork rinds. It's like, shit, this is some of the healthiest snack on the planet. Kudos to you. And I'll tell you something else about J.W. Bush. He's a happy guy. He was always a happy guy. I love happy people. I don't care what your political ideology is or your religious ideology. If you're a happy person and you get along well with people, hey, you're a good guy. If you're running a smear campaign on people and you're running them down, you're belittling, you're not a good guy. If you're committing crimes, you're not a good guy. If you are knowingly causing problems and inciting violence, you are not a good guy. If you can't admit defeat when you've been defeated, you're not a good guy. Just saying. And that's my opinion. Mass it up, baby girl. We did it again. Now I'm going to whip up put some stevia in this cream cheese and finish off those sabah. But I'll probably save them for a little later. Are you going to be doing your Zumba today, baby? Good for you. She overdoes her workouts. She works out hard every morning. She works out hard in the evening. And she's go, go, go all day long, plus preparing my meals. She rarely takes a break. And she's had a very traumatic life. She's always trying to please people. And sometimes she just needs a little R&R. Like she always says, love yourself first. But it seems like she loves everybody else first instead of herself. Just saying, baby co. Now, I don't need to worry about loving myself first because I do every day. And that way I can love other people. It doesn't matter who you are. I pretty much love every person on this planet. I don't love their behaviors. And if you're toxic, you're not going to be in my life. If anybody who is not building their self-esteem, and what I mean is if you're not exercising, if you're not dieting, if you're not behaving well around other people, you are not going to be in my life. If you're not doing some kind of learning and studying every day, I don't want you around in our group. Everybody's welcome, but you got to do your tasks. Because if you don't do your task, you're going to have low self-esteem. And when your self-esteem is low, you're going to have one fucked up ego. You're either going to be a judge, a jury, or a victim. I don't need those people in my life. I don't need anybody telling me what to do. I exercise, I eat healthy, I create good relationships, I study like a motherfucker. And for some of these people who are hell-bent on their crazy religions, and you don't need religion to believe in God, who are hell-bent on their religious zealots, or they're far right or they're far left, I don't care which side you're on. When you take on a political ideology or a religious ideology and start telling other people what to do, all I got to do is say, hey, fuck off and have a nice life. And I've told a lot of people to fuck off, and they say, well, Tim, you're an asshole. And I say, yeah, well, deal with it. I got a lot of people who love me, unconditionally love me. I don't know why they do, but unconditional love, and I'm an asshole. So I'm okay with that. And if other people think I'm an asshole and I don't deserve everything I've gotten, I'm okay with that too. Yep, I've had a great life. I've got good health, and I am financially independent. And to all of you people out there who are jealous and bitter, like the majority of my family, I would say, too bad. I'm still not inviting you over to the party because I don't feel guilty for people who don't take care of their health. And on that note, I'd like to call this to an end, baby. So can we turn off that camera for me? Oops, I think she's falling asleep. So I got to figure out how to do this myself. And so, did you want to say anything to our?
No, I don't want to face the camera.
Okay. So a nice thing about making a YouTube is you don't have to be on camera if you don't want to. I watched this guy the other day. He likes watching the AI coconut guy. I don't know if you're watching today, but thank you if you are. And I watched some of your YouTube videos, and I say, hey, you know what? He's just running around here filming the Philippines. You don't even see his face. I thought, oh, that's cool. Because if you want to be successful at YouTube, all you got to do is turn on the camera. Turn on the camera and just download the videos. So easy to do. Now, you can't do live videos until you hit at least 500 subscribers. So I'm sorry about that, but
I think 100 subscribers.
or maybe it's 100. I don't know, but you can pre-record your videos, download them, and it's really easy. And if you don't know how, send us a little message, and my daughters can walk you right through it. Because I don't do any of this. My family does it for me. I just get to be on camera and blather my opinions, and I like that. So, baby, I'm ready to close this thing off. So she's going to show me how to do it. Please like and subscribe. This is helping Jen. 100% of your money, 100% of your likes and subscribes, where the money's generated, 100% of the generated money from AdSense. We're not selling any products. We're not doing any of that promo crap. We're going to do all this on AdSense. We hope to get 100,000 plus subscribers, and then she'll have a good income, probably about 50,000 pesos, which is about $1,000 a month. And that's fair, it's deserved. And that's a good income for a Filipino. And Jen came from nothing. She had nothing. Help her out. Tell your friends. Our channel's kind of fun to watch. We'll give you a little bit of value and entertainment. And if you disagree with me, hey, that's cool. I like it. Yeah. Alexander Guten. I don't think we got a lot of watches today, baby.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, so
No, not there, the X.
the X.
Up.
X.
Okay.
Cancel? No,
No.
okay.